In the last month, thousands of dissatisfied gamers finished playing BioWare's latest iteration to the Mass Effect series, put down their controller, and felt wronged. Many of them rallied together, and that mutual grief created an organization called Retake Mass Effect 3. Since that time, and the hard work of over 60,000 gamers, money has been given to charity, petitions have been created, and real change has been made. I'm Andy from Game Sophistry, and we are talking today with Eric, one of the organizers of the RetakeME3 movement. How are you doing today, Eric?
Oh, I'm just fine. Glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Now, I know you're here today to talk about some big news for RetakeME3. You've been involved with charity initiatives in the past, massive petition campaigns. What is next for the group?
Well, what we have planned next is not too different from what we've done in the past, but is more of we're trying to add some more vigor to it. We plan to add some more campaigns similar to the very popular cupcake drive that was created to send cupcakes to the BioWare off. We're looking to do things like that kind of sets the Retake Mass Effect movement apart from other internet protests, where we can kind of be seen to have a little fun with what we're doing as well. We're gamers after all, and we enjoy having fun with life.
I know BioWare has announced they will be releasing a free DLC to address the endings known as extended cuts. Now, according to BioWare, it will feature new cutscenes and an epilogue that will supposedly give closure to fans. Is this a victory for RetakeME3? Is this what they're looking for?
We're not calling this a victory. However, we are very grateful that BioWare is willing to come out with this. They've said that it will focus on providing clarity, adding closure to the ending for a lot of the fans, and that has always been one of the main concerns, the main asking points for the retake movement was just the lack of closure, the lack of clarity in the original ending. We want something added to that. We are still a little concerned that taking the current ending and just adding to it isn't going to really fix the current issues that people have with the ending, really satisfy a lot of the fans. But we are really looking forward to seeing what BioWare comes up with. They're a gaming company with a great history of wonderful products, and we do hope that they're willing to put the time and effort into this extended edition DLC to really provide that sense of closure to the fans. And we are looking for ways to clarify what the majority of the BioWare fans are looking for in future DLC that's addressing the ending, so that BioWare can look at what we are all looking for and kind of use that as a base point from which to work.
All right, excellent. Now, you're talking about that a little bit, essentially the list that you're trying to provide to BioWare to help them make a better ending. How are you going about doing that? What are your plans in regards to that? Because it seems like a really interesting initiative that isn't as aggressive towards BioWare, almost trying to work with them, it seems.
BioWare has never been seen as the enemy of the retake movement. We aren't here to make enemies. We're here to, as much as possible, work with BioWare, work with people involved with Mass Effect. We all recognize these people as the ones that have given us this great series, and we don't want to be attacking them. These are great people who've done a great thing. It's just the last few minutes of the game we have a big issue with. Just a few days after the retake movement really got started, put up a post asking for people to email in their ideas of what was wrong with the ending, and specifically what they would do to fix that. And we've received many thousands of messages concerning that. I've been pouring through all of those for weeks in order to get a short list of the main issues people have with the endings and the ideas that the majority have put forward of how to address those issues. So we're just trying to just give a really abbreviated version of that. We're going to post that up. We're going to send that to BioWare and ask them to please take a look at this, take a look at what their fans are looking for, what we want, and hopefully, like I said, they can use that for their extended edition DLC.
People who haven't sent you information beforehand, members of the retake movement, about what they want, they'll still have the opportunity to contribute to that list, correct?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Anyone at all, if they have any ideas, any concerns about what they want to see with that, we ask them to please send a message to RetakeMassEffect@gmail.com using ending ideas as the title. And our team, going through the messages we receive on our email account, will read those and add them to everything we've already received.
Again, all of that contact information will be available right underneath this video, so you don't need to go searching for it if you are looking. Again, I'm Andy from Game Sophistry, talking today with Eric, one of the organizers of the RetakeME3 movement. Now, the gaming event PAX, it came and went, and BioWare did answer some questions, didn't really satisfy a lot of gamers, but they did give the definitive answer that they are not changing the ending, that the extended cut is not a change to this. Now, this is a pretty definitive answer to you. What does this mean for Retake Mass Effect 3?
It means that we are going to have to keep the pressure up on BioWare. Now, originally, I'm sure they weren't planning on releasing any DLC directly related to addressing the ending. They've made it clear on multiple occasions that they were very happy with the ending. So for them to have already said that they will be addressing that issue is fantastic, and we do hope, as I said, they'll look at our letter, look at our concerns, and take that into account, and hopefully they will be able to, if not change the ending, at least add other options to it.
Now, this organization, this group, has thousands and thousands of members that are considered fans and that were really affected by the lack of closure from Mass Effect 3. What are you doing as one of the organizers to ensure that every member has the opportunity to express themselves?
The big thing, I'm encouraging every individual involved to voice any opinions they feel strongly about directly to myself and the group of people directly helping me administer the group, go through all the messages. We have that email account up. There are several people that go through the emails on there, respond to that, file all that to get everything organized. Finally, I have a couple people helping me out on the main Facebook page, where every day we're receiving hundreds, if not thousands, of messages. So while we aren't always able to personally respond to every message, they are getting read. We are taking everyone's opinions into account, and we're trying to address personally as many people as possible so that they know that their opinions are being heard, they are being taken into account, and we are acting on them. And again, the email address stated earlier, the Facebook page, Twitter, all of those are great ways to get in contact with the Retake team to get your voices and opinions heard. As I said, we really want to put the Retake movement apart from various protest mobs on the internet, various other places. We're trying to put a very personal, very public face onto the movement, but as it is a movement of individuals, we aren't focusing on any specific individuals. Therefore, we're asking everyone to come forward to show off who they are, how Mass Effect has affected them, changed their lives in this way. Right now we have a great video challenge going on where we are asking people to attempt to dance like the Commander Shepard character from the Mass Effect series, who is very well known for his dancing skills, or lack thereof, more like. The other one we currently have going, which we call This Is Me, we're asking people to introduce themselves, introduce the main Commander Shepard character they play as, a few details about their character, and to share who their favorite character in the Mass Effect series is, just to show the personal impact that Mass Effect has had on everyone, as well as to show off the great people we have supporting the movement.
That's excellent. It also seems to be a type of event that isn't really aggressive towards BioWare, but is in fact celebrating the fact that this means so much to these individuals.
Absolutely. As I keep saying, as we keep encouraging, we don't want to make it look like the Retake Mass Effect movement is an antagonistic movement, like we are attacking anyone. We want to show BioWare the faces of the people involved with the movement. These are their fans. These are people who have supported BioWare for a long time. These are people who are really rooting for BioWare to stick by their fans and to help us out a bit.
The organization has been involved in other charity movements in the past with Child Play, Full Paragon, other things like that. And you're starting a new one. Do you have any updates on it? What it's about? A little background.
I do. After seeing a lot of the concerns, the controversy in regards to the Child's Play fundraiser and various fundraisers the Retake movement, as the Retake movement has been involved in, a lot of people realized that it is very difficult for a protest group to fund a charity and be seen as doing it simply to promote charitable giving, to do a good thing, rather than promoting our own agenda. Took a look at all the criticism, all the controversy involving that, and then I contacted some people I know in person, some people I saw involved with the Retake movement, people both involved with the Retake movement, people not involved with the movement, even a couple of people opposed to it. And I said, hey, we've got a great thing here. Gamers can be a very powerful force in the world. Let's do something with that. Thought about it for a while, and we're very proud to announce that we're creating a new organization called Save Point, which will be a fundraising group created by gamers, made up of gamers. So whether or not you play, the fancy new Xbox, PC, or if you just dust off the Monopoly game on Thursday nights to play with the family, as long as you enjoy any sort of gaming, we want to have you with us. It's a group that will be choosing various non-for-profit charities, sponsoring them for a specific amount of time. So it's not per se a charity in itself. It is just a fundraising group made up of gamers trying to help make the world a better place. The name was chosen. It was voted on by gamers. We feel that the name itself represents, in part, the gaming community. And we are really looking forward to showing the world that gamers can be a positive power for good. We're hoping that SavePoint will officially launch within the next week and will start its first charitable fundraising drive before the end of May.
That's excellent. And again, more information will be available just underneath this video. Now, what is going to happen to Retake Mass Effect 3 after you either achieve your goals or are told definitively by BioWare extended cut is all you're getting, they're not doing anything else? Where does the organization go from there?
Since the Retake movement became entrenched, since it became known that it wasn't just a small group of people, it was just going to fade away after a couple of weeks, since it became a community of fantastic people, a lot of people have made friends, have met a lot of great people they would not have met without the Retake community. A lot of people have asked, hey, we can't let this great group just go away after this is over. What can we do next? We took a look at that. We talked to some of the people that were asking those questions about what they want to see. And after the Retake Mass Effect movement is over, we already have a group of people working behind the scenes to have the next thing ready to go. Current name for a new organization that will be created is Retake Gaming. We're hoping it will be somewhat of a consumer advocacy group where gamers can come together, and when they see these big gaming companies taking advantage of their fans, we'll provide them resources for ways to protest peacefully, ways to get the word out of some unfortunate practices that are becoming more and more popular in the gaming industry, as well as providing fans a chance to talk about their favorite games, ways to show great games to other people when new games come out. Is this a great game, or is it just hyped up by existing gaming review sites that, unfortunately, by many people are viewed as somewhat being in bed with the companies that actually make the game? So again, Retake Gaming will be a movement made up of gamers for gamers to support gamers, and we're very excited to be a part of that after the current Retake Mass Effect movement.
That's again from Eric talking about what's going to happen afterwards. Retake Gaming, big news here from Game Sophistry. And just to end it off, there are some members who are a little discouraged. It's been a month, not a lot has happened. What do you have to say for those people who just kind of want to pack it in and don't have that same vigor that they had on March the 6th?
I can understand a lot of that. It can be really hard to keep up the same level of emotion for an entire month that you felt right after witnessing the ending for the first time, realizing that you want to contribute in some way to achieve a better ending for it. And I want to ask people, if you feel tired, if you feel discouraged, take a day, go outside, get some fresh air, relax a bit, and come back fighting. We've come a long way. BioWare has already said they'll be creating the extended edition DLC, which, as I've said, while not a victory for the movement, is a great thing to see that BioWare is addressing at least some of the concerns of the fans, and we are going to keep the pressure up on them to keep it going. So I don't want anyone who is feeling discouraged at this point to feel that the Mass Effect movement is just going to fade away, go away. We are here to support every individual in the movement to get the ending that we all feel Mass Effect deserves. I want to say, if you get worried about it, look where we started, look how far we've come, and look how far ahead we're already planning on keeping on going. Talk to your other members. You'll get a lot of support, a lot of feedback. People tell you, hey, we want you to be a part of this. We're glad you are a part of this. Stay with us. We're going to go places.
That's excellent. We're talking to Eric, one of the organizers behind Retake Mass Effect 3. Big news today. We're going to change it to Retake Gaming after this is possibly done. They're talking about that movement. They're compiling, again, a list to give to BioWare to try and express the needs of the members of what they're looking for in the extended cuts, and, of course, the great new fundraising group that he's working on called Save Points. All this information is going to be available right underneath the video. Again, we're going to talk to Eric in the future when more information is released. I want to thank you very much for talking to Pure Sophistry once again. It's great to have you.
Always a pleasure, Andy.
All right, and this is Andy Brukowski for Pure Sophistry. Have a great night.